Like I was really irritated by it, to be honest. And then I kept thinking about this great advice, this really good writing advice. I think Matt Stone and Trey Parker sort of popularized it a few years ago. They were on a panel and they kind of talked about this idea of writing as like plot writing anyway, as something that has to organically come from decisions and choices that characters make. And so the difference between a plot that goes, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and a plot where something happens because a character made a decision, and then that has ripple effects that causes something else. And so instead of and then, you're talking about this happens, therefore that happens. But then this happens, therefore this other thing happens. And having it be driven by choices that characters are making. And while I certainly understand Doctor Strange's like broad motivation in this movie, the vast majority of this movie just felt like, and then America Chavez kicks a hole in the universe and they land somewhere else, and then an exposition dump, and then kick a hole in the universe, they go somewhere else, exposition dump. And that just ended up being the entire formula of the movie. And it went on a long time, like a shockingly long time. So I'm actually curious with both of you guys, like, do you understand this? Could you tell me the plot of this movie? Could we collectively explain in a not super spoilery way, like what happened in this?
It was 2 hours and 12 minutes of just trying to get to a few moments of cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
They weren't that cool.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
They were trying, Paul.
They were trying
to get there.
They were trying real hard. But
all right. Paul, what's the point of this movie? What was this movie trying to say? What did Doctor Strange want?
So Doctor Strange 2 Electric Boogaloo, I feel like that's the first time that's really fit. This is
that fit real well.
Hey, yeah, works.
So basically we find a Doctor Strange after the blip. He is not dust anymore. He is attending his former girl. I don't remember
girlfriend.
Doctor Strange 1 girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. I mean, she was pretty important character in Doctor Strange 1.
Honestly, I didn't remember her from the first movie, so I was like, "Oh, okay, hey, girlfriend got away." So he was at her wedding.
He was a jerk to her. He was like, she was trying to help him after he broke his hands, and then he was like,
checks out.
Bad guy.
And he gets pulled away. There's a massive disturbance in New York City. Surprise, surprise! And he goes to save the day. He finds a evil devil octopus thing.
It was a beholder. I love this. It was a D&D. It was a D&D monster. There's a D&D monster called the Beholder, which is just this floating eyeball with tentacles.
Are you trying to tell me that there is a universe where D&D is like just real?
It must be. I mean, it was a really giant beholder, to be fair, but Beholder nonetheless. Although it couldn't do what beholders can, like freeze people and have like eye powers and stuff. And this one didn't seem to have that. But
just a big giant eye,
just big giant eyeball.
That
was gross too. Before we
started,
that
was so gross.
Before we started this episode, we were talking about how like gory this movie could be, and man, I like they really did. Doctor Strange just ripped that eyeball right out,
and they added in a pop sound effect.
Mm-hmm. There was audible disgust in the theater when I went to go see this. Like everyone around us was like, "Ugh."
Ripping eyeballs out is a pretty bold one, but this is a Sam Raimi movie, to be fair. Like this is still directed by, famed horror director of Evil Dead, Drag Me to Hell, also Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, where evil Tobey Maguire
struts his stuff. Didn't he also do that really bad Wizard of Oz movie?
Yeah, no, Burton did the. Well, wait, Oz? No. Who did the
Oz Great and Powerful?
Yeah, no, I think that was Tim Burton. Am I wrong?
Well,
hold on. I'll have to look, but I'm trying to remember back when I'm like, I don't want to be confusing that with the Alice in Wonderland thing that Tim Burton also did, but or did. But anyway,
yes, it was Raimi.
All right, going back to this. So Doctor Strange, continue where you left off. Doctor Strange battles an eyeball.
He saves a girl that he saw in his dream the night previous, and he tries to figure out who it is, and basically figures out that she is the only multi-dimensional being in all of the multiverses. Her name is America Chavez, and she can't control her power. But he does know that there are demons coming after her, and he has to figure out who's sending the demons, who is trying to take her power. So he travels to see Wanda in her solitude, her
like apple farm,
Fortress of Apple Solitude, and discovers that it's actually her that is the big baddie and is coming after this poor, sweet, innocent America Chavez. And CGI ensues. 2 hours ensue, an hour and a half, and surprise, surprise.
Okay,
things happen.
So like it sounds. This is the kind of thing where, like, I feel like if we told this plot like on most movies, and you just revealed that Wanda is the bad guy, like, I feel like that would be a horrible spoiler. But it literally happens like 15 minutes into the movie.